Blessings to all. Share this YouTube for everyone to see and kick the neck.
55. Panchayudha Jataka. Yo elinana vina alita mathayo naro bhaveti kusaleg dhamman yogakhemsa class papune anupabbe nasabba sayojanakiyanti. And once upon a time, when Jamamborn, the sage with body light, who was bound to heaven, was working at Devram Vihara, a recalcitrant monk was shown this birth. The sage addressed that bhikkhu and said, "Do you really have the courage to hesitate? Verily, Lord, when will the sages, the great sages of the past, have performed viryam in places suitable for viryama?" On the last day, during the reign of a king named Brahmadatta in the city of Varanasi, our great Bosatana conceived in the womb of the king's queen Mahesika. On the day when the bodhisattvas were named, 100,000 monks were brought, and all the truths were tasted by the object and they analyzed the characteristics. At that time, Baman, who was skilled in fortune telling, was a royal prince who was highly praised for his wealth of fortune telling. He said that Dasarya will come to the kingdom in your presence and rule with dharma. Skilled in Panchayudha Silpa, he was said to be the supreme man of the animals of Jambudvipa. If the princes were named Panchayudha princes after listening to the baboons, it would be a shame. After that, when those princes came of age, the king was summoned and the kingdom could not be ruled without completing a craft and a science. That is why Shilpa learned the art. Lord, when I said to whom should I study, my son was in the vicinity of Disapamokacharya in the city of Taksala in the land of Gandhara. When he went there and finished learning the arts, the acharyas bowed down and left the city of Taksala armed with 5 weapons and went to Varanasi. A devil they came to a closed forest. At that time, when the princes were facing the forest, the pious man saw the people, but he did not enter this forest. In this forest, there was a demon called Sil Siloma, who saw and ate the people who saw him. Therefore, do not send them. When the bodhisattvas, hiding their success, bravely came to the forest like a hairy lion king, the canehill flower had claws and teeth, a grave mouth and stomach, and blue hands and feet. Will be thou hast come near me, with poisoned blood. Vida Alami here, scared him and took out the poisoned arrow on his bow and waved it. That time it went and got stuck in the devil's room. After that, 50 rods were cut like this. All those rods stuck in the devil's room. And the devil broke all those stems and poured them under his feet and went near the bodhisattvas. At that time, the bodhisattvas were frightened again and struck with fear from the scabbard of the sword. The sword, which was 32 inches long, stuck in Rome. Then he hit with the club. It also stuck in Rome. Seeing that stick stuck, Bosatana said, "I am the Panchayudha prince, dear demon. There is no one who has not heard my name. I will not consider a weapon such as a bow or bow to the forest occupied by him. I will consider my success. Therefore, I will dissolve the clay." He wrought with determination and attacked the demon from the right. He also stuck to Rome. Down from the left. Clinging to Rome from it, he got off on the right foot. It also stuck in Rome. He came down with his left foot. It stuck in Rome. It dissolves chalk and sprinkles. Mahabosatana speaks bravely even though he is hanging by 3 ropes. At that time the devil thought like this. A manly lion, a manly great man, what kind of a man does that man of power think? You are a victim of me, and you are asking what are the matters to speak such foolish things. At that time, the Bodhisattva said, "If you are in the forest, there is a Vajra war in my stomach. It will come out from your chest. Your clothes will be torn and you will die. In that case, we will both die. I will not be concerned about this matter. This word is for the weapon of wisdom within the bodhisattvas of Kali said. Hearing this, the devil thought, this man is a true man. If I ate even a green seed from the body of the male lion, I would not be able to digest it, so I think that he will open my mouth and fear death. He said, you escape from my hand like the moon from the mouth of Rahu and send away pleasing the group of friends. At that time, the Bodhisattva said to him, I am Kali, the devil. You will be born a demon whose blood has remained due to previous evil and violent karma. If you do evil from this demonic state, you will go from darkness to darkness. From what I have seen, he does not accept evildoers. Pranaghata, the evil beast, is born in the four hells called the Surkaya. Those who are reborn in the human world will be immortal. In various matters like this, he exterminated the devil in various ways, called Adinava in Panchadashila and Inusis in Panchasila, preached the Dharma, killed the enemies of his children called Keles, established him in Panchasila, took the food given by the animals in the forest as a sacrifice, and made him live in the forest without warning. Go out and tell the people near the great forest. Panchayudha armed himself and went to Varanasi to see his parents. He lived in the kingdom and ruled the kingdom righteously and died in the next world with the merits he had received. In this way, Lord Buddha, who was a sage, continued this sermon and further warned the monks. The 7 Bodhi sect doctrines, which are said to be meritorious in the precise sense of a persevering but vigorous mind, are all sanskara dharma and impermanence, suffering, and anatmaya, and the Yogavichara who cultivated the Bodhi sect doctrines from the beginning of Vidarshanava meditated on the 3 characteristics of the 4 noble paths, the destroyer of all combinations. Since the end is born, the sermon is small. He declared the fourfold truth doctrines and said, at the conclusion of the 4 noble truths, the monks who have relented fortitude resided in Ahatphala. Sarvajna completed this Panchayudha Jataka by combining the preliminaries. Meanwhile, the devil is Angulimala Satvira. He said to himself, if the Panchayudha princes would be me who became the Buddha.